actually say other than on this particular patrol we found a Scud missile, and it was like under some cami netting. But I don't know if we did anything with it or what we did with it, if we did, or...
Well, I imagine at that time you were just patrolling. You were calling it in, huh?
Yeah, call it in, and I don't know what we did with it after that.
But I assume it was like a fully functioning Scud, or
I would assume
they would have
like
put cami netting over.
Yeah, why would they try and hide it from air? If it wasn't operable.
And this was like just on a street in downtown Baghdad.
No, it was like an industrial area, if I remember right. Like it was like, not like in someone's backyard or anything in downtown.
So from the air, an industrial complex is probably the best place to put a Scud missile, because from the air it could look like it's just a tank on the ground.
Yeah. I guess, it would be, for one, it'd be a good place to put it so that no one would tamper with it. Like put it in, be like, hey, this is we're taking over. Like, not in some. Yeah, I guess it would be a good place. God, it was so hard. It's so hard to picture where exactly it was. But yeah, I want to say it was like an industrial area. It was real run down. I don't know. So hard to remember that far back.
So it wasn't pristine, brand new.
No, definitely not a very pristine.
Any of the gas masks you saw while you were there, Iraqi gas masks, were they in good shape? Because I remember one of the other Marines saying that they found an Iraqi gas mask and it was like brand new.
They seemed very, very. Like that was it. To me, it seemed like that would have been their best piece of gear. Like
everything else, that's what I heard. Everything else was old, trashy,
old, and from the 70s. Like you'd look at it and you'd be like, "Man, this looks like it went through Vietnam." But like their gas masks, yeah, that's the one thing I do remember. I guess I wouldn't have pointed that out unless you bring that up. But yeah, the gas masks that I remember seeing were brand new.
Yeah, that's what I understand, because I talked to Sergeant Mejia and he said that he actually kept one, and it was like, looked like it was right out of the wrapper.
Yeah.
So I just didn't know if it just don't snapped in my head. I wanted to know if you remember seeing the same thing.
Yeah, I remember seeing it. I guess I'd never really put two and two and really thought of it like that. But yeah, everything else they had was junk. But their gas masks were definitely brand new, or in very serviceable condition. Yeah.
So after that, after the patrol, where did the company end up heading after that? I mean, is there anything else about Baghdad did you recall?
Not that I can think of offhand. I remember I got to call home, and it was like right when they're like, "Oh, the war's over," and it was like April 23rd or something like that. They were like, "Oh, Baghdad has fallen." I'm like, "We've been here for a week. I'm pretty sure we haven't been shot at for a while. It's done." It was something like that. Sometime in April. I can't remember the exact date. I could be way off, but I know it was April. We ended up leaving, and I don't remember doing a relief in place or anything like that. I really don't remember anything as far as that goes, but I do remember leaving, and we pushed out to the desert. Like, I don't remember. I don't know where we were, but I remember like seeing some of the after effects from the war. Like, being so far out front, we didn't see a whole lot of, we were so far forward that we didn't, like, if we didn't encounter it, we didn't see any after effects. So on the way out, I think that's when we saw the most of it, really, was because, like, the way in, if we didn't destroy it, we didn't see a lot of destruction. But on the way out, we saw a lot more of destruction. We saw a lot of T-72s. T-55s, tanks that were destroyed.
Yeah, T-72, T-55, those are just Russian.
Yeah, those
tanks.
are both Russian tanks. Then we'd see some of those. Like I remember seeing one with like it got hit so hard the turret was like blown off, and like that's not a light piece of equipment. That was blown off like 40 meters away from the rest of the body of the tank. Like that was awesome. Before we actually pushed out to the desert, we were doing some patrols, and we did we talk about the water treatment facility at all?
No, we haven't. I don't remember talking about that at all.
Okay.
Well, if it's just gonna be a long story, we're actually down to the last 5 minutes. If I could, I could just stop it here, and we could put a new tape in for the water treatment plant.
Yeah, let's do that because there's a little bit about that one.
Okay, good. All right, I'll just stop it here.